Hey, I just wanted to let you know as more people jump on, you might want to mute yourself so there's no background noise.
Why is it putting that there? I do not know.
I forgot you're outside.
But back in the day, though, you know, $50 was a lot of money for a pair of pants. My dad, and you know, he didn't do it in a purpose way to get vindictive asshole. That's what we're trying to do.
Right here.
My dad didn't do it to be a vindictive asshole. That's just how my dad washed clothes. He really don't. He could bleach everything. He would ruin their shit. And then when they'd be like, oh, you know, you gotta buy me this, you gotta buy me this. My dad'd be like, oh, fucking buy it again. He had to get out. That is a ball which I about that water.
They're dryer balls. Do not play with them.
Logan thought it was one of his balls for not punching it.
Oh, for God, my Zoom's on mute.
Well, here's the thing. You have your own room now. You are responsible for your room. You're responsible for more clean for your shipping heifer. How to make your bed. With the end game being that yourself. But like I said, putting your clothes away, that's responsibility there.
Hey.
Hey.
Are we the only ones here? No, there should be more people. Okay.
Now you tell me, is that Amber? No, she's not gonna take this.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hey, Debbie, I see your mouth moving, but we don't hear you.
I was having issues hearing too.
If you're talking about us, we had a mute.
No, DPP, we can't hear her. I hear her. I see her mouth moving, but I don't hear anything.
Oh, okay. I'm on watch mute.
Yeah, Debbie, we can't hear you.
Still can't hear you. The mouth is moving, but no voice.
Debbie, we still can't hear you. Mm-mm.
We can't hear you. You're gonna have to probably go out and come back in.
Tammy, she left.
Yeah, she may have to go in and then come back in. She'll be back. How is everybody tonight?
Good,
I'm
Tammy.
good.
You.
I'm doing
Oh,
good.
hey, Amanda.
Hey.
Okay, can you guys hear me now?
We
Yes, we
can.
can.
I don't know what was going on before. I'm sorry. That is so
That's all right.
crazy.
I'm kind
Go
of
on,
sick, but I'm
guys.
still tuning in.
How's it going? Okay, it's 8:02 now. It is time to introduce our amazing guest. Her name is Kelly. Kelly's my friend. She's a superstar director, and we were on this call last week. And like, okay, Kelly, can you please share these amazing tips with our family? So I remember, I can't remember. I think Kelly and I met each other first time in Greece. I think it was Greece. She is so amazing, guys. You're going to get a kick out of the things that she shared. And I want you guys to take notes because you need to take some notes. Kelly, are you here with us?
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Make sure you guys mute your phones as you come in so we can not have the background noises. So there's a microphone at the bottom. Make sure you guys hit that little microphone. I see some microphones still on. Make sure you mute. Becca, your microphone is still not muted. Don, yours is not muted. So go ahead, guys, and mute your microphones so that we won't get all the background noise. Okay, I guess we're ready.
Just go. Shake your head.
Yes.
I can see you. What are you doing? You guys know what happens as soon as you start a training call, then your kids come in and the dogs and everything. Cruz, go upstairs. He's scared.
We love Cruz.
Cruz met Debbie at her first Superstar Director Summit. He made his appearance with his Down with DPP shirt. Now he's almost 5, y'all. So that's how long he's been a Superstar Director. I can always relate that to Cruz's age. So I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Kelly Rashaw. I'm a Superstar Director in Minnesota. I take great pleasure in saying that I'm the only one in Minnesota, so that's kind of like cool brownie points. I've been a Superstar Director a really long time that I stopped counting. I've been doing it full time since 2015. I think it's 7 or 8 years. My job quit me. I did not quit my job. I would probably still be working if I had that option because I miss going to work and seeing my friends. I miss potlucks. I miss human interaction sometimes, and motivating yourself, you guys, is probably the hardest thing that you're ever going to have to do in life. Okay. I don't know if you've tried a diet or exercise or all the things, right? It's not easy, and it takes daily consistency and motivation, and that is so freaking hard. But not only is it hard, it's hard to teach. How do you teach somebody motivation, and how do you teach somebody to get up every day and go work? Some people just don't have that little click in their brain that says, get up and get your ass moving. Okay. So what do you need, dear? I'm going to try to ignore him. So I started my journey. I don't want to get too much into my journey because it's actually a little bit crazy. I want to get to you guys the bread and butter of what you need tonight. But I started this 2011. I was a single mom. I was going through a new divorce, and at the time I was having a party for a friend. I thought since he was absolutely stupid. I thought I've had I'm a direct sales failure of 2 other companies, and I would never do another direct sales company in my life. I was that person. And it fell in my lap. Somebody had broken into my vehicle one night and stole the Scentsy bag party, the famous bag party. If you don't know what a bag party is, it's your testers in a bag, call it a day, drop it off, bing, bang, boom. And somebody stole it, causing me to join and pay $99 to replace the items in the kit. 4 or 5 months later, I found out it was my ex-husband, and that little rage button, I don't know if anybody got one, but it kicked in, and I wanted revenge. And a friend of mine told me that the best revenge was massive success. And that is exactly what I went after. And now my ex-husband gets to watch me and my new upgraded husband travel the world for free on Scensy's dime. I have now retired my husband. He has not had to work in 2 years. And we make enough off of our Scentsy income to where he doesn't have to go to work. We bought our dream home and we're living the good life. Okay. I didn't think that was for people like me. I've been homeless. I've been able to not pay my energy bill before. I've been on welfare. I've been on WIC. I've been on anything you can name of, guys. I used to get college student loans to travel with my kids for Christmas. That's how I paid for Christmas, was getting student loans. So maybe that relates to somebody. And I want you guys to know that you can do this too, because when I used to look at these direct sales companies, and I actually seen somebody write this yesterday, that it's only for the big people at the top. And it's only for the big people at the top, you guys, because they already did the work. The people at the bottom aren't willing to put in the work. They're not willing to put in the time, the dedication, the hours. Like the people at the top didn't just land at the top. They started, everybody starts at the same exact place, which is logging into that website and hitting that join button. We all started at the same spot, and I'm no different than anybody else in this room. We all have that same join kit. We all had, well, I mean, some of us had the $15 kit, but I mean, y'all had a little bit of a disadvantage, but not too much. So there's no excuse to why everybody that is watching this right now, you guys are showing up. So that is huge, okay? Y'all showed up for some tips, and I'm gonna give you some tips. Culture, I wrote down some notes. We're gonna talk about some culture tonight. Kind of where I told you guys that I was a direct sales failure twice, and maybe you have been too. The companies that I had belonged to, they just weren't a good fit for me. I needed something that we have a consumable product, right? We have something people have to come back for. I don't have to have home parties if I don't want to. A little tip, you guys, I've only had 3 home parties in 12 years. I built my entire business on bag parties and vendor events. And once I master one thing, I move on to the next, okay? The very first thing I mastered was a bag party. I was a new mom. I was single. I didn't have a support group. My mom and dad were alcoholics. I didn't have daycare. So I would load up this bag party and I would bring it to somebody's house every Saturday. And Becca Levi is my upline, if you guys know Becca Levi. And she has a Saturday call every Saturday. And I would listen to this training call while I'm going to this house, dropping off this bag, picking up my bag at the next stop, filling it with catalogs, grabbing their money, going to the next stop. And it was like a chain effect. And every time I would fill my calendar, I would buy another set of testers. That tester is the most valuable employee that you guys will ever have in your life, okay? That bag of testers has made my dreams come true. All I did was bag parties, okay? I didn't do home parties. I didn't want to be fake. I didn't want 10 people staring at me in their head thinking they could not wait for this party to go get over, or that I was going to try to sell them something. You guys have all been to that party. And I did not want to do that. I didn't want to be that girl. So I didn't. You know what? I can build my business on my terms, and you can too. Maybe you love home parties. Maybe you love talking to these people. I did not. Honestly, I still don't. And then I found another niche, and Debbie relates to this one, vendor events. I am the queen of vendor events over in my area, y'all. I do huge, huge events and make lots of money doing them. And when I started my events, I started building my inventory off my half offs and my free product and send them up. And that's where I started with that. And now that is where people come to me. I don't like to go approach people. I'm not the girl that me and Debbie are like polar opposites, y'all. She'll go talk to anybody and their mom. She'll go in the grocery store. She'll talk to this person. Debbie will jump out of a bush and talk to the people on the sidewalk. I'm not that person. And I'm like, if I'm at a vendor event, you're coming to my web. And if you come to my web, it's over. I'm going to eat you up. You're buying, you're joining, or something. Like come into my little spider web, because game over. You're mine. You're coming into my zone. Vendor events I've mastered. Okay. I could do a vendor event with my eyes shut. My husband, he actually does women's expos because they love the men. You guys, women love buying Scentsy from men. So you know what? Yep. It's a women's expo. Yep. I'm sending my husband there, and my husband makes a killing at the women's expos. They're like, oh, where's Kelly? He'll put all my signs up. He's like, oh, Kelly's on a retreat in Florida drinking margaritas, and then they feel bad for him. You guys, they buy all the things. So I mastered the vendor events. Then here I am 12 years later, right? I've only mastered 2 things. Mastered 2. I'm on to my 3rd one. I'm on to them online parties. Y'all, them online parties. That ain't no joke. I could do them. I could do like 10 parties right now. And I only got to hit like a button because I mastered Bizly. Bizly, that's another tool that you guys, if you do not, you can have one party for free. I think it's a month. I do pay for the one version because I need all the parties right now. So there's that, but we've mastered those things. And what changed for me was this other direct sales company. This lady would message me that she was like a director or, you know, whatever their equivalent is. She would message me on the last day of the month. And it used to drive me crazy because I didn't care about her car she drove. I didn't care about her bills needing to be paid, but why she didn't check in with me at all during the month. She didn't care about me. I was a number. And it really stuck with me. And then when I joined Scentsy, my director and me didn't get along. She's actually had me blocked for 10 years. Go figure, right? So I grew up without a sponsor and a director and all the things, right? I am a homegrown superstar director. And she would tell me to go watch a video, or go read this article. And I have ADHD, and that is not the way I learn. And one thing I have learned in this business is there is no two people that are ever going to learn the same. There is so many things. If you can figure out how somebody learns, which there's amazing tests. You guys could even do this as a team on another night. Personality tests. And everybody's so different. I'm a trainer by nature at my old corporate job, and I loved training people that were 60 plus. I knew they were very hands-on. They needed to write things down. They needed repetitive nature. And I did not like training the 20-year-olds because they want it fast. They want it quick. They don't want to do nothing. Y'all know I'm not lying, but I'm 45. Okay. I'm in the middle of the world. I like both. So that's how I learn. I can't learn by just reading something. My mind does not focus there. I can listen, I can watch, I can do all these things. But the one thing that I had learned about her, she didn't want to meet me at my level, which is very important for you guys, okay? You need to meet your people where they're at. Not everybody wants to be a superstar director, and not everybody wants to be a lead consultant. Not everybody wants to get certified, and that's okay. You need to find out where they're at, and you can meet them there and be a decent human, be a decent friend, be a decent mom. And that's what sets me apart from other leaders. I really, truly believe, because I actually care about my people. I know a lot of stuff about them because I get down to their level and I figure out what makes them tick. What's their favorite food? And you guys might think these things are very not important. They are very, very freaking important. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because when the going gets tough, they're gonna go with me. We're riding together, and we have these bonds. I've created these little micro communities, we call them, these little sticky micro groups. They're little cultures. And what happens is these people, they don't want to leave their friends. They're so tight, they don't want to ever leave. And when one person's down, the rest of this little group over here that I got, they're rallying together to get that person back where they need to be. Like, there's no soldier left behind. So I don't know what kind of music you guys listen to or where you are in your life, but I used to listen to this rap group called the No Limit Soldiers. That is where my team came from. Okay. They came from the No Limit Soldiers and Master P. And then I outgrew it. You guys are going to grow through time. And I had to drop the name Soldiers. And we formed the No Limit Empire. Now I have over 50 directors on my team. And each one of them directors, if you guys ever go in the Scentsy workstation thing, there's a list of directors. And there's over a page of my team on there, you guys. And they all say no limit. And then they have something. So you got no limit dreamers, no limit warriors, no limit hustlers, no limit blah, blah, blah. There's so many that I could never name them all. But it's a pride thing that they continue to carry on that name that one person started with, right? I was just one person. No different than anybody else. And the lady taught me that I don't want to be like her. I don't want my people saying she only calls me on the end of the month. She thinks I'm a number. She's only talking to me for a paycheck. And I hope that you guys have never experienced anything like that. You might experience in your corporate world too. You know, your bosses, they don't care. You're replaceable. And in this world, we have to make it, people are not replaceable. Nobody's the same. And when we treat people like that, they're never ever, you know, there's that saying somewhere, they're never going to forget how you made them feel. And it's so true. So some of the things that I did change, I do coaching calls. And me and Debbie were talking about this last week. So there's all kinds of different things in my world that I got going on, okay? So one of them is coaching calls. And there's an app that you guys can use. It's free. And you can use this for your teammates when, I'd say, I don't know, when you can't handle your schedule. Your schedule is important and your time is valuable. And I want you guys to realize how valuable your time is, because you might be working this business so you can have your evenings free. Is my evening free right now? It usually is. DPP, I love her to death. So you know what? Yep, Debbie, you need me. Yep, because I know she would do the same thing for me. But my evenings, I don't schedule anything in my evenings anymore because that's my family time. And I worked a really long time to get to where I don't have to work in the evenings unless I want to, right? So on my schedule, I pick my times, okay? It's called You Can Book Me, one word, You Can Book Me. The tips that I have for that app is 15-minute increments. And I'm going to tell you why, because one, sometimes people are just going to want to talk to you, okay? We don't have time just to talk. I don't know about you guys, but I hate being on the phone. 15-minute increments. Two, you're going to turn into a social worker, okay? They're going to tell you all the problems and what's going on in their life. And their dog had surgery and he ate a bag. That was yesterday's. And something else, okay? 3, on your booking form, you're going to ask them, what do they need to be coached on? This is critical, because if they don't know what they're going to be coached on, you ain't taking that call. I do not take a call unless you put down what you are going to be coached on. And you're going to say, I'm just going to do a big one again. Nobody wants to join my team. Can anybody else relate to that? Anybody else? Raise your hand. I can see all your hands. Nobody's booking your team? You know why nobody's booking your team? Because you ain't talking to nobody. Inside, that just hurt in the gut, didn't it? You ain't talking to enough people. You're saying that nobody wants your team, but it's your own fault because you ain't talking to nobody. If you were talking to people, they'd be joining your team. No brainer. So I'm going to take Linda, because I see Linda shaking her head. She's like, yeah, she's right. So Linda's going to say, oh, Kelly, I want a coaching call with you because ain't nobody joining my team. Say, Linda, you're going to have to send me 3 join conversations, honey, before you even call my phone. Because you know what? If I can't see that you're doing the work, why are you going to waste my time? Is it mean? No, it's not mean. It's the truth. And sometimes that truth is going to hurt, right? And so the same thing, nobody's buying Scentsy. That's a damn lie. You ain't talking to enough people. You posted on Facebook praying to God somebody's seen your post and they might just hop on your sale because they want a deal. No, honey, that ain't going to work. That text message, that project broadcast. What about the phone? I'm actually doing a training in 2 weeks for my team. We have an 8-week course going on right now for leadership. And I took a week, and usually I don't usually take a week, and I leave it up to my leaders. And the week is working your business off Facebook. So what I've noticed is some trends. Facebook is blocking a lot of links. Facebook is doing the most and keeping us from making our money. And that ain't going to happen in my world. So I'm being proactive, and I'm going to do a whole goddamn class on how to work off Facebook. Do I know how? I got some ideas. I got what I do. I got what we did before we had social media. But you guys need to prepare for what happens if they take your social media. What if your Facebook gets turned off tomorrow? What if Instagram gets hacked? What the hell are you going to do? You're going to pick up the phone and you're going to call those same people because you got their contacts in your Scentsy workstation. Everything you guys need is in your Scentsy workstation, but you don't use it. You got email, you got phone, and you got text. But you rely on social media because it's easy. You don't want to do the hard work. The hard work is in your Scentsy workstation. How many times do you guys go in your Scentsy workstation and actually use it? Paying $10 to $15 for that. You don't even use it. So think about that. Social media might kick the curb. So that was the other thing. You can book me. So I do 15-minute increments. I set my time. And here's the tip for the, I do the free one. I try not to pay for anything if I don't have to, because then I can pass it on to you guys and my team and everybody else. We don't want to be paying for all these apps, especially that Scentsy one that you probably ain't even already using that they gave you, okay? So you can book me. I book a 2-hour lunch period in the middle if you don't have a day job. I have a lunch from 12 to 2 because then I don't have to take any calls in that time. And then I get a nice break. Usually we have training calls at 11. I have a superstar call at 1 o'clock. So I plan around my schedule. I only have one evening available, guys, for 30 minutes. That means 2 15 minutes, one evening. Why? Because my evenings are valuable and I'm not spending my evenings training people because that's their schedule and that's what's convenient for them. Because this isn't about them. This is about me and my schedule, right? You need my time. You need my time to help you with whatever your issue is. So why am I taking time away from my family to do that, right? It took a brain shift. You guys, I was everybody's everything at one time. I said yes. Oh, yes, I was on the phone till 9, 10 o'clock every night. No more. I had some coming to Jesus with myself. And I have one Saturday morning from 10 to 10:30. So I only take 2 calls on a Saturday morning. If my schedule gets booked, you know what? You're going to have to find your answers or you're going to have to ask somebody else because my time is already used up, right? So what I do, I send that to my directors first, my schedule. They book out what they need. I then send it to my front line. And then I send it out to my group. And by the time it gets to my group, there's not a lot left, okay? But again, they have their own leaders. They have their own directors. They have their own star directors. They shouldn't need me. If it's an emergency, yeah, you know what? I'm a sucker. So I will be like, yeah, just send me an inbox real quick. And if I can fix it or help or whatever the case is. Usually I'm not fixing problems. I'm asking questions. Another big thing in coaching. I don't answer your questions. I will answer your question with another question and you'll answer your own question. And then you get so tired of me asking you questions and flipping the script. You're like, oh, I know what she's going to say. So there's that. You can book me sample nights. I actually just left a sample day. But I used to do a sample night every week. I now do a sample night once a month because it was summer and ain't nobody trying to do a sample night every week. I do a different product every month and I meet in a local place. I recommend not meeting in a house. And I'll tell you an experience somebody on my team had this weekend. She had a sip and sniff and nobody showed up. Nobody showed up because it was at her house. She has pets. Some people don't like pets. Some people don't want to go to people's houses. So what we do, and I've done it different ways. I've met in a coffee shop. They had a room that you could go use. I do it now at a bar and grill because on Wednesday nights, I like to go have a drink, play bingo, make my samples and eat and get away from my kids and my husband. Let's just face it, because sometimes you need to get away from your house. You need to get away from your house, ladies and gentlemen. You need to get out of the house. So once a month, meet at the bar and grill, get yourself a beverage, get the chicken wings, and get away from people and have some adult communication. But let's say it's not in the budget for you, okay? Been there. One time we met at Wendy's, Wendy's burger joint. You know, they got 99 cent pops and burgers. We met at Wendy's and we pulled some tables together and we made dream boards. I'm a big vision board person. And it was January because the coffee shop was filled. So you do not have to spend a lot of money on that at all. Okay. It could be 99 cents. You don't even have to spend anything. You can meet at a park. You can meet at the McDonald's Playland. That is another place that I meet. Moms with kids, we meet at McDonald's Playland. But just a reason to get out of the house, okay? Outings. Bonding outings. Every month. If you guys are my friends on Facebook, or if not, we can be friends. You'll see I do an outing and it's not work related. So I told you that the one lady made me feel like I was a number. I didn't matter. And maybe you guys have tried to put together team events and I'm going to die. So hold on. So dying. Kathy Selman, is that a picture? Or are you just smiling all the time?
Excuse-
Oh, that's a picture.
That's my picture. I don't know how to take it off.
I'm like,
Oh,
he is
I
the
think
smilingest
a couple
person
people
ever.
are not. A couple of people are not muted, guys. Hit the little microphone in the bottom so that we won't grab the background noise. Let me see who it is that's not muted.
It's Dorita.
There are like 2 people here that's not muted. Okay, and is that, let's see, and Linda is not muted.
Debbie, like the
2
mute
people.
police.
2 people. Yeah, just hit the little microphone, guys, in the bottom. There's a little microphone. I think, is everybody muted now? Okay.
You got them all, Debbie?
Okay. Got him.
Get them, girl. Get them. Events. Fun. Why can't we have fun? I have fun in my business all the freaking time. I'm trying to think what I did. Last weekend, we did the pumpkin patch. I used to get mad, guys. I used to get mad because I'd set up these events for my team and nobody would show up. What? You talking, Debbie? No, you ain't talking. You on mute.
Oh, can you?
don't
Oh,
unmute
no.
yourself. Get back on mute.
Okay. Okay. Was
Okay.
I unmuted? Okay. I'm muted.
So we went to the pumpkin patch and I get pissed off because nobody would show up. And then I'm like, I'm wasting my time. Why do I set up these events for my team and nobody shows up? Okay. I switched the mind around. I want to go to the pumpkin patch with my kids. Okay. And sometimes I'll invite my friends, right? Or maybe that's something you do. And now I go with the mind, I'm going with my family and my friends, whoever wants to show up. Because usually I'll put it in my group first. They get a 30-day notice in case they need to take off work. And then I'll put it on my real Facebook because I don't care who comes. I don't care who doesn't come. I don't care anymore because I'm already doing that with my family. I'm already going to the pumpkin patch to spend time with my family. And if nobody shows up, I'm still gonna have a great time, right? I'm not wasting time. I'm spending time with my family. But if Courtney shows up with Ashton and their kids, great. Now we're going to take pictures and people are going to want to join us because a lot of times people in something, they want friends, they want community, they want belonging, and you have to give it to them one way or another. If you don't make them feel like they belong, guess what's going to happen? They're going to leave. How many times have you belonged to a business and your manager treated you like shit? What did you do? You found another job. You can go anywhere, but you can't find the people that love you and that are committed to you and help you grow everywhere. Those are special people, and those are the people that you need to hang on to. The month before, we did the apple orchard. The month before, we had an annual barbecue. There's something that I have every single month that I already know in my head what I'm going to do. November, we're going bowling. December, we did this last year. We had a bus. And I made them wear ugly sweaters. And we drove around town. It snows a lot here. And we had Coco and Mariah Carey on the bus. And we drove around and looked at Christmas carols. It had no work, but you guys, the pictures are priceless. The memories are priceless because you know what? They're not ever going to forget that. Maybe none of them have ever looked at Christmas carols. And it seems so simple. The simplest things are they mean the most. Yes, I can talk to you all day about PRV, joining, hosting, recruiting, trips. I can do it in my sleep. But you know what? Not everybody can teach you or motivate you or inspire you to just be a decent freaking human and have fun. Like, where did that go? Nobody trains on that. And nobody coaches on that because they don't think it's important. But you know what? That's why their teams are all hitting the road because they don't have that little piece. If you don't make them feel important, they're going to hit the road. Field trip. You could book me sample nights, outings, director dates, and downline dates. That was the one you got, like Debbie. Debbie loved this idea. So I told you guys I have a mass majority of directors, and I like to bond. I like to know, but you guys, you might want to say, well, how do you have that time to do that? Once a month, I go on a date with one of my directors. I let them pick it. They choose it. We go have a date. I pay for their date. Because when you have directors underneath you, you get what's called a director bonus. So you make money off of them, right? And sometimes I'm like, I do incentives and team stuff, but when I bring you to lunch, I want to pay for your lunch. I don't care if I got a bonus off you or not. I want to buy you lunch. There's something about eating with people. It's special. I don't know. So we go to lunch. Okay. We talk. It doesn't have to be about work. If you want to talk about work, we can talk about work. I don't care. But I also do the same for my front line. people that are in my front line, we go on a date. You might say, okay, well, Kelly, my people are all over the world. You know what? Mine are all over the world too. And you got to do what works for you. Yep, I can hit my local people. I hit those local people over there. But then I started doing the Zoom dates because now I got to the bottom of my list and I'm like, shoot, she lives in Maryland. What am I going to do? How am I going to go on a date with her? I could go with her at SFR. I actually go to the East Coast for the world tour. So I could see her there. But I'm like, you know what? Let me just send you a little DoorDash gift card and you're going to go buy lunch. I'm going to go buy lunch and me and you are going to meet on Zoom for 40 minutes and we're going to have lunch and we're going to talk. Okay. Deal. So I've been doing that. Or if I know my month is very busy, I will book my dates for my online people. So director date, frontline date, downline, frontline, downline, whatever you want to do. That is another idea just to connect with the community. You guys could also be doing parties, like how you guys have your Zoom right now. Debbie could say tomorrow night, next Monday, I don't know if you guys do these weekly or monthly. It's going to be goofy hat night. It's going to be costume night. Debbie could give prizes for the ugliest hat or crazy hair day, or you guys could have theme meetings. Make it fun. Maybe if you brought a friend, you get a prize. You know, all the things. So I am going to open this up for questions because I actually have a retreat that I'm hosting in 2 days and I'm not prepared and people are already in town and they want to do dinner. And do I look like I'm ready for freaking dinner? No, they're waiting for me. So I'm going to open this up for questions and then we'll go from there.
Love you.
Hi, Courtney. I knew you were around here somewhere.
Hi. I'm here. I am. Yeah, my niece had a flag football game.
Saying where I met people too. Like
most
Debbie,
Tuesdays
I
I'm
met
in
in
the
Greece.
car.
That sounds super bougie. And I'm the least bougiest person in the world. And I met Courtney in Monaco. We meet Monaco? No, we met before
No.
Monaco.
Yeah. Well, technically, no, I guess technically it was
We bonded
Monaco.
in Monaco.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. We made the connection. I just had to say hi and I love you and I miss you.
Are you leaving me?
Hey guys,
No, I'm
Kelly's
still here. I was
amazing.
just
She's amazing. I remember going to the first Superstar Director Summit and I was so nervous because I don't know why, but I was super nervous because I was going to be in a room surrounded by all of these superstar directors, and these superstar directors make a whole lot of money. And I'm thinking, here I am, a little bitty newbie superstar director, not making as much money. I'm thinking, I'm not going to fit in. I was feeling some kind of way. So Kelly dressed her baby up. Oh my gosh, he still have that shirt. I wish I could find that picture. But Cruz was dressed up in a shirt that said, "Get down with DPP." That was my surprise. I'm like, oh my gosh, it melted my heart. But she did everything in her power to make me feel like I belong. And she's so right about this feeling that you belong, to make you know that you're in a good place, because I was in a terrible place at my job, gas, for 37 years. I worked for a horrible person, horrible. And I stayed there because I felt like I had no other option. I felt like I just couldn't do better. And you just stay there, you know? And Cincy has made me feel so like I belong. And Kelly has been a big part of that. She is just as down to earth as she could ever be. I mean, she's doing all the things that she just said. I mean, she's got all these directors. I don't have a lot of directors like that. I mean, yet. But she does, and I look up to her. I mean, it doesn't matter that she's young enough to be my daughter, because my son is 44, but I feel like I'm 45 myself. So,
And you look it.
But thank you. But I just love your energy. I love the things that you share, and that's why I asked you to come over here to share these things, because connection, that's what this call is called. This is a connection call. And this is what we realize, that we need to come together and share ideas and struggles and anything, that just bring it all. Just, you're our third guest, because before now we didn't have guests. So we thought, after I heard what you had to say last week, I said, we need Kelly, we need Kelly. So, because these connections are very valuable and they're meaningful. And thank you so much, Kelly, for sharing all of that. And guys, you got some questions. Come on and open up. Open up,
I
guys.
actually do. It's Amanda.
Hi, Amanda.
Sorry. Hey, Kelly, how are you? So one of the things I wanted to ask is I struggle with like, I feel like my schedule's all over the place. Like if the phone rings, I'm going to pick it up type thing. And I'm trying to get to a point where I do block off that space so that at 8 o'clock at night, I'm not talking to somebody, you know, on my team. You know what I'm saying? Like, so with the app you were talking about, the You Can Book Me app, I have an Apple phone, and when I type that in, it doesn't come up. So
It's a website, not an app. My bad.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes more sense.
There isn't an app for it, but you can save it to your home screen too, you know, so when you do need to log in, you can just hit the button. You can, that's why in my head, I'm like, it's an app, but it's not an app, it's a website. And you could turn off, you know, they can't book after 4 o'clock, whatever. I don't know if you have a normal day job. But if you guys do have a normal day job, you could book during your lunch hour on certain days, right? You don't have to do it every day. But maybe on Mondays, you're like, let me knock out 2 coaching calls because that's what works for me. And as far as not talking or ignoring people, I don't even know where the hell my phone is. But you'll see me look at my phone like, no, it is past business hours, honey. Because you know the people that really, and you will get to know this, where the people, they can find the answer, or if it's one of my directors calling me after hours, you're damn right I'm going to pick it up because they know not to call me for no BS. They're not calling me to ask me how to set up a website link or, you know, or something like that. They're calling me because it's probably an emergency. And if I ignore it, they're going to message you anyways and be like, Amanda, blah, blah, blah. This lady just got, I don't know what could possibly in our world be an emergency. Okay. Honestly, will they die by tomorrow? No, they will not. Okay. But like I had one today where the lady got canceled because she tried to cheat the system and have her husband join one of them. But no, that could even wait till tomorrow too, right? Nothing, they are not going to die if you don't answer that phone at 8 o'clock. And hopefully they would understand. And if you just set the boundaries right off the bat, guys, and being like, look, I have I'm a million things to a million people, and I just can't all the time. So if I don't answer your call, I apologize. I'll get back to you when I can. Or a customer. My customers, if they call me at 9:30, I am not answering the phone. You do not need no wax at 9:30. Honey, you can wait till tomorrow.
Thank
I
you
have a
so
question as well.
Why doesn't mine, my view, must change my view. I can't see when people, okay, there we go. It's Amanda.
It's me.
Now it's Courtney. Okay.
It's me. Hi. Yes. Okay. So Fred is extremely active in your business. You guys are the Cincy duo, and I look up to that. So what is your advice for those men and women who want to get their spouses more involved in their business?
You were breaking up a little. Did you say, what is my advice to get the spouses more involved?
Yes.
Okay. This is a struggle, I think, across the board. And Fred has really talked to corporate because he thinks that there needs to be a whole supportive spouses class at SFR, or even a men's group. So Fred, if there's any men on this group, or you have a husband who's in the group, Fred has a men's group that he is on the struggle bus with because he gets frustrated like we do when you post in your team page and then people ignore you. That's where Fred is at, the men's group, but he does have one there. So if you guys want to, just send me a message and I can help Fred. I try to remind him, I'm like, oh, go post this, but you know, he is very active in our business. And he didn't used to be until he went on his first incentive trip, because he thought Cincy was a scam. He thought it was a pyramid scheme until he went on his first trip to Italy, and Orville was like, hey, Fred. And you guys, he was like a little schoolgirl. He was like, oh my God, he knew my name. He knew my name? And then we were in our room and Heidi sent Fred a message, and it was about making her own Bitmoji when Bitmojis was new. And he said, honey, guess who messaged me? You guys, he is like starstruck. He's like, Heidi messaged me and she wants to see my emoji. Heidi's my new best friend. And so him and Heidi have been friends now for years. But the first time that he was starstruck, it was cool. And then you guys, my husband, he has his own parties. He does his own sample videos. He has his own little group. He has his own following. It's weird. But he is such an inspiration for, I think, husbands and supportive spouses. But Courtney asked me, how do I get them more supportive? I think it's just showing them how important this business is to you and showing them what can be done with that. When Fred and me met, you guys, I made him have a Scentsy party to date me. He couldn't date me unless he had a Scentsy party, because if you're not supporting me and my business, why am I wasting? Did you guys learn anything about me tonight? I don't like to waste time. Okay. If you want to date me, honey, you're going to have to make me some money and you're going to have to sling some wax, period. Mic drop. Get to work.
Yes.
When I picked up that bag party, I brought my best friend with me. I'm like, he's going to probably try to kiss me. Oh, you come with me to pick up this bag party so this guy doesn't try to kiss me. I just need to pick up these orders and get my bag back, because I didn't plan on dating him. And the rest is history. Fred proposed at Scentsy Leadership, and Orville let him come to dinner.
Oh my
It was like calling my mom and dad.
gosh.
I was like, hey, I just got engaged in the Statue of Liberty. Can Fred come to dinner? They were like, yeah. I'm like, I kind of got like little schoolgirl too. But you guys will meet him.
I love that.
If you see me, he is not far behind. Or vice versa. You might see him first. A lot of people might see him first. Looking lost. He'd be like, hey, Fred. And he'll
And they are one of the coolest couples
say, hey, Fred.
I've ever met.
He won't know your name for nothing. He'll play along real good. He'll be like, hey, and he'll hug you and everything. I'll be like, Fred, what's her name? He's like, I have no idea.
I hope he remembers my name.
You
I
guys
hope he
are
remembers
easy.
my name.
You guys are super easy. But we've had personal connections. So it's easier when you do have a connection with people. But getting their spouses to admit, have them help with samples, have them help with your videos. I have this older couple on my team. Her name is Dawn, and I don't know what her husband's name is, but these two are the funniest. They're, I don't know, you guys, they have to be 70. And she always will take her knife. This is her unboxing it, right? Her and her husband. She'd be like, are you ready, Jim? And I swear to God, she's going to cut herself one day. And me and Fred cringe watching her live videos because it's a big butcher knife too. It ain't like a little knife like this. And she'd be stabbing this box and open it up, and it's always towards her. And I'm like, Dawn. And she's like, hey, she has the countryest accent ever. She is so cute. But watching them, the husband makes it for me because he's like, yeah. The way he talks to it, you guys, you have to see it. It's way funnier than what I'm describing. But I don't know. I don't know how my ex-husband was not involved, obviously. I've had boyfriends in between Fred and my ex-husband, and he knew, I think, from the get-go how important it was to me. And it's okay if they don't want to be, but I feel like if you can get your spouse on board, it's only going to add to that pot, and you're going to be more successful, because now it's a joint thing where here's you and you're successful by yourself, but you add some help in there, you got more help, right? That could be your best friend. I know Debbie travels with Alicia all over. And you still traveling with Alicia, Debbie?
So she's had some
Debbie
surgeries, several, because she's had several surgeries, and Reggie went to New York with me this year, so a lot of people got a chance to meet him. He went to New York.
Oh no, we know who Reggie is. Yeah, you guys, I didn't know Debbie was
He
married
went to
for
New York,
probably
but
the first 5 years. Anybody else know Debbie was married? Nope. Hey, like, Debbie got a husband? Where? Everybody knows
People around me
Jeff.
was like, what? She's married? I was like, yes, she's married. Like,
Debbie has
she
a
got
whole husband.
a whole husband.
I got a whole husband. Hey, you know what?
Seriously,
Kid, I
right
remember
now,
when
Debbie.
I remember when we were in Greece. That was a guy you were dating, and you left him at the airport.
Where's he
I
at?
think you left him at the airport. I don't know where he is. He's probably where you left him.
I wanna
You
see a
know,
picture of. I want proof of life.
I was talking about when we left Greece, the guy that you took to Greece,
Yeah.
and I think you left him at the airport.
Sure did. Sure did.
That was so
You guys, I brought
funny.
this guy to Greece. This guy I was dating. I brought him to Greece. Found out he was cheating on me. So I called the girl from Greece. This is so unprofessional. So I called her from Greece and I was like, yeah, we're in Greece together and blah, blah. She's like, no, he's not. He's on a boys trip. I said, here, I handed him the phone. I was like, here, phone. He got on the phone. She was on the phone and I don't know what happened, but I took my phone back and I left him in Greece and I never talked to him again. See ya. And, oh, funny, the best part of that story is I made
You
him buy
don't play.
and he paid for us to stay in a castle that Sensi didn't pay for because we went in early. So he had to pay like $1,500 to stay in this damn castle. Then I had him buy all the souvenirs since he gave us $1,000, you guys, for spending money. $1,000. Well, I kept that. And then I made him buy all the souvenirs. And then I put them all in my suitcase because I already knowing what's going on. I took all the souvenirs, kept my $1,000, made him pay for the castle. Who got over on who? You wasn't getting over on me, homie.
That sounds exactly like something I would do, Kelly. I love it.
You weren't getting over on me.
So
buddy.
I know Courtney was asking earlier how to get Ashton involved, but everybody that's on my team
Oh, is he
already
not?
knows that my husband knows the Scentsy wax scents better than I do. And he goes to the events with me and like, he'll be like, they'll ask, oh, I'm looking for a certain scent. And he can walk right over there, pop it open and he'll sell it to them and upsell them. They only want one bar and he'll have them a 6-pack, before I know it. So I don't think he's fully on board. I think when he goes to SFR and we go to Hawaii, then that'll change his whole mindset. But my ultimate goal is
Get
to
him
get
connected with other Scentsy guys too.
and to get
then
him
they
to
have-
do
They have a bromance and then they want to see their friends too.
right.
But Courtney is Ashton is involved. Okay, I was gonna ask that because I thought he was, but I and this is me, guys. I make my husband earn his trip. I don't just bring him on a trip. So if we need, what do we need? 60,000, 64,000, something like that. Fred is responsible for half of that. I'm not. Fred just sponsored a chick, y'all. This is some crazy stuff. She sponsored a chick. We've had 2 parties with her in the past and she's kind of a bum. And why did he sponsor this chick? She joined September 29th. She hasn't even been in a month. She sold over $7,000, 161 whiff boxes, recruited 2 people. I don't know who this mutant is and where she came from, but I want to mutate her into like 5 more people. So then Fred thinks he's free because he gets all these little points because, she had sensational start. She had shooting star. She's got the PRV points. Fred's doing it over there. I'm like, well, you need to go do it again. So he thinks he's got a little pass, but his PRV, y'all, is at $181 right now. So, but he's got to get going. Like I got my PRV, but I make him his own party because he is required to do 500 a month by himself. That don't go into my stuff. You need 500. If you want to be a leader, you need to do 500. That 500 points I know is coming from you. So he knows right off the jump, he wants to go to Hawaii. He got to make up some points. And we get points for being paid at title, right? He ain't getting no, that ain't his title, that's my title. Come on, buddy, you better get to work. So my team gives him crap. They're like, oh, Fred, you better get some whiff boxes because we have an incentive call on Sunday nights, kind of like your guys' call like this. And I do weird little incentives for the week. And they're like, oh, they give him crap all the time. And they're like, oh, where's your PRV at? And he doesn't want to talk about it because he's behind.
This is all so good. I love it. This is all so good.
How long
You know
do your
what?
guys',
You remember Lisa?
calls usually go?
An hour. We from 8 to 9. You know my friend Alicia, who's always traveled with me. She had to earn her spot as well. I didn't. She was earning. She
Good.
was selling at her job. I made her earn her spot. So you're right about that. My daughter is going with me to Hawaii, and she's earning her spot. So no, nobody's going just out there. They have to earn a spot.
Because we got to pay taxes on it. You got to earn that. I wish somebody would bring me to Hawaii for free. And you don't got to do nothing either.
My mom's even trying to earn her spot because she's always telling her friends, you need to go put an order in with Tammy so I can go to Hawaii.
Good, yes.
Just like
That's
with my
Tanny.
just like with my fragrance party, my flower party, she even told her friends that you're going and don't think you're just getting one flower. I need to go to Hawaii. You need a 3-pack. And then she was up at my display and she was showing everybody, you need to buy this, you need to buy that.
So what are you guys going to do differently now? Cricket.
I'm working on that team culture that you talked about earlier. Getting my team, like I tried the pumpkin patch thing and it was kind of a last minute, so not a whole lot of people were able to come, but I'm going to start doing something every month that Ashton and Memphis and I are already going to be doing and start inviting friends, Cincy family, the whole
I do
shenanigans.
recommend Courtney doing it in the middle of the month, around the 15th or so, only because you want to hit it after Cincy payday.
Okay.
You're busy probably at the beginning and the end of the month anyway, so it's a nice break.
Right.
If any of you guys ever need ideas on what to do, my brain just does not stop. Dream boards in January is huge. If you guys can, even if you guys don't all live together, you can maybe do one online. But when I tell you, I don't know where mine is right now. But I do one every year, and I think they're powerful. And is there a rhyme or reason to them? No, I literally go through a magazine and something stands out to me, I slap it on there. My one 2 years ago, I had my house on there, and now my house is, I love my house. My house I live in more than the one that I had on my picture, but there's a dog on there. I don't even like dogs, y'all. Why do I got a dog now? And I had a robot vacuum. I really wanted a robot vacuum, and I got a robot vacuum. I have a bed on there. Like, when was the last time you bought a bed? They're like underrated, but you need, I got a new bed when I moved in the house. Everything on this damn dream board. I didn't know why I was putting it on the dream board. But when I go back, and I've done these since I became a director. I became a director in 2013. Everything on them dream boards came true. Funny one. I wanted a baby, and it says a royal baby. This is when Prince, whatever his name is, had a baby boy. It says a royal baby. When me and Fred got together, when we got married, we were having issues getting pregnant, whatever, and I gave up. And so I'm like, whatever. And so when we stopped trying, you know how that works. It just happens. So it really did. And the baby shower theme was a royal boy or something. It was a royal little prince theme. And I'm like, I didn't notice it till I went back a couple of years. And I'm like, how crazy is that? And then I have a picture of Barack and Michelle Obama on there. I'm not a big politic person, but I do love Barack and Michelle as people. And I found the words unstoppable love. And this was before me and Fred were together. And I'm like, now, like, I love my husband so much. It's unstoppable. And anybody that knows us, has been around us, you can feel it. It's not even something that I even have to talk about. It's just, you just see it. And it reminds me of Barack and Michelle, because you just see how they look at each other and they just love each other. They have like that good love.
And she ain't lying about that either. If you're around them, you can feel it.
Why Ashton laughing?
He's coughing like he's got like coughing up a lung or something. He's
doing that for a while.
We're all congested over
Like
here.
me
in the
30 minutes
South.
ago?
Yeah, basically. Memphis is congested. I'm congested. He's got it. We're all a little under the weather. Allergy season.
Okay. I want to hear from you guys. What is your favorite candy to get on trick or treat day?
Ooh, blow pops.
Hey, I
Because
got
I'm
an
eating this whole bag of random things.
Chocolate candy for me.
So I'm going to tell you guys, the little stickers taste different than the big stickers. They're better.
Hey, I got an idea. I used to be with another direct sale 15 years ago, and they would buy the little Smarties, and they would tag it, and they give it to the parents of the trick-or-treaters, and the tag would say, "Be a Smartie, book a party."
Girlfriend, I got you. Right here. I already
Okay.
made mine.
What does she got?
It says, kids want wax. Kids want snacks, but moms want wax. Open with caution. You may fall in love with the contents inside. I have added a bath soak. I don't know if you guys have bath soaks, but I have a million of ones that I don't like and I wanted to get rid of. Like melon something. Blue melon something. I also added a bath soak sample for later tonight. I'm sure you'll need it. And then on the other side, these were my extras. I got my name, my contact information, all the things, because you know what? They might think it's soliciting, but you're coming to my house, and everybody that comes to my house, you are not leaving, honey, without a Scentsy sample. And then I take it up a notch. I send my 12-year-old out with a bag of samples, and every house that him and Cruz go to, they're giving this to the parents because it's not soliciting, because it's Halloween. I got it all figured out. And I think I'm
Smart.
so smart.
You are smart.
Smart.
If you guys need these too, Debbie, I can give you these. Did I do these? I did these on Avery, and I have one, my one with my name or whatever, like this. And you guys can just throw your own little QR code in there and change your name. But you want to get started on it now because you're gonna get caught slipping. You're gonna run out of time. Maybe your kids or your husband can make
Are you
those.
using Canva?
I don't think it's Canva. I think
Are
I
you
did-
using Canva with that?
Maybe I did. I don't know. If you guys want them, I'll send them to you.
Yep.
Yep.
Only
Please.
after you show me that you made the samples. Ain't that a good coaching tip? I bet you make them samples.
So Kelly, are you guys aiming for Hawaii or Bora Bora? Which one you want to go? Which trip location?
Are gonna go Hawaii because we travel for Christmas every year. And we don't celebrate Christmas normally. So my kids, you guys, they don't get presents. We travel for Christmas. And when we get to wherever we cruise, because I really believe in showing my kids the world, but we're not, I actually bring them to low poverty places. So it's not like the hype that you see, you know, everywhere. Oh, we're going to go here. We're going to go to Nassau and we're going to go do this. We're in Belize. We're going to, you guys might not know this, but there's right outside the gates where they tell you not to go. There's shack houses. They don't have running water. They're cleaning their clothes in streams. They have the best outfits for their kids for school. I'll tell you that. Pressed and everything. And they don't have running electricity or water. So it's crazy. But these women are walking down the street with crock pots and grocery carts selling their goods. Like, talk about, we think it's hard to sell Scentsy. Try going down at 90 degrees with a crock pot in a grocery cart selling your food. Like, they can tell me that it's hard, right? Nobody else can tell me it's hard until you go see that. And so what we do is when we go to these other places, each of us gets $10. So there's 3 of us, my husband and my 2 boys go. And so I get $10 for my husband, $10 for my son, my older son, and then $10 for the 4-year-old. And they all get $10 for each other too. We have rules to our Christmas where we have to buy something with the $10. So I have to buy something for my husband for $10 from a local person. It cannot be it cannot be from a store or something like that. So we literally spent $30 on each other for Christmas. These gifts are the most memorable gifts. I remember every year what they've got me. One year they got me a shelf-shaped heart jewelry box that they had to actually put their money together, but a lady on the side of the road made it, and I'll never forget that. So they learn, and this is how how's my daughter? She's 27. This is how I brought her up. So at the beginning of the thing, I told you that I got student loan money so I could bring my daughter on vacation. It was so we could spend Christmas that same way, because I believe Christmas has become commercialized and the real meaning of it is not celebrated anymore. So it just depends on what your beliefs are. So we choose to travel, and then I feel like it kind of evens out between the presents and the food and the wrap and the tape and decorating and all these things. And we really just get to make memories with each other. And, it just changed. And so it's something for us to look forward every year. And Bora Bora is a December 5th. And I have a hard time with the incentive, because usually our incentive is in the middle of the year, right? And then, it's about 4 or 5 months after all this hard work, you have busted your butt, and then you get rewarded in 4 months. I don't want to wait 12 months to take my reward when I'm already into another season.
Did she freeze?
I thought it was on my end. I think she's frozen.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought it was my phone, and then I could see everyone else still moving.
Let's see.
Yeah, she's frozen.
Kelly is she still locked in?
Yeah.
I can't even see her.
Yeah, she's frozen. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
It looks like she
okay.
left. She's gonna try to hop back in.
Okay, because she was telling us why. I think I was understanding what was going on. I guess she'll pop back on to finish up. The connection just went
chills
what?
when she was talking about that, what they do for Christmas. I got chills.
I love that they do things together.
Yeah, me too.
But you're right, because in December, I mean, Bora Bora is a amazing place that I would never ever go on my own. But that is right in the middle of, towards the end of the next incentive qualification period. I think that's what she was saying. And that is kind of hard. But I understand. I think that a lot of it's because that's when Hyde and Oval will be back. I think that has a lot to do with the timing, I believe, is when they could travel, because I think they're ending of that mission. I think it ends maybe the end of June or something like that. They'll be at SFR. I don't think they'll be in Hawaii. So that might be why. That may be all because. Did you guys see Eldon over in Hawaii? That was so cool.
You guys,
he is in Hawaii.
If you ever get an opportunity to sit down with Kelly and Fred and just talk, take the opportunity. I'm telling you right now, the coolest couple by far that Ashton and I have had an opportunity to get to know. Like, Fred and Ashton connected on so many different personal levels, cars, bikes, everything. It was very real and authentic. So if you get the opportunity to just sit down and chat with them, please don't feel like Kelly would be like, oh no, I don't have time. Like, they will take the time, and it is an incredible opportunity to just sit and talk with them. It really is. Because what you see is what you get. What you hear is what you get. It is very, I'm going to say it again, is very authentic, and I love it. I don't know.
Yeah, they're both amazing.
I guess
they're both amazing. She may not have been able to get back on.
Yeah, I don't. I was gonna see, check your messages and see if maybe she messaged you or something.
Let me see. Hold on. Yeah, let me do that. Let me try.
I wonder if it won't let her back in because it was only allotted for an hour.
That shouldn't matter. Okay, she said, did it cut me off? She said, okay, I'm sick. Can you come back? She just sent me a message and asked, if it, let me see. Let me say it did cut you off. It did. Cut. Cut you. Shoot.
Yeah, I didn't even know
Okay, I
about
just told her.
the Men of Cincy
She
group.
said she says still spinning. It must be her connection then.
Oh yeah.
She says just spinning.
She was breaking in and out on my end almost the entire time that she was talking.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got spotty here and there, but I think I was in the car.
Okay.
Could have been my service as well.
Yeah, she said it's not letting her come back in. So, well, guys, we had a great call. I mean, for the last 3 times, all these calls are amazing, but these guest speakers that we've had, they have been awesome, amazing. So happy that you guys are here with us tonight. So happy that you guys continue to join us every week because these calls are about you. It's for you. We set this up for you guys. So any closing remarks, anything, Courtney, anything anybody want to say before we close it?
Just keep showing up. Keep showing up for your business, keep showing up for your teams, and build that culture, like Kelly said, that nobody wants to leave. That is one thing this year that I have really been pushing, because up until SFR of this year, I just felt like I was failing as a leader. I couldn't find my stride. I couldn't find my niche, and something shifted. Thankfully, praise the Lord. But just find that culture and create that culture that they don't want to ever lose. They always want to be a part of that. So strive really hard to love on your people, because community is everything. You guys have heard me say that word 1,001 times, and you're going to hear me say it 1,001 times before this year's over, because that's my word of the year. But just love on one another. Seriously.
That's so true. That's why we're doing these calls every week. And we got our end of the year celebration, guys. If you're within driving distance, please come. We're gonna have a blast. We had an explosive time last year, Courtney and I dancing the chairs. So guys, please come. We're gonna do it a little different this time. We did like a fancier thing last year. We got dressed up. So it's gonna be real laid back this time, and you can just kind of be casual. We're gonna have fun. So make sure you guys jump in and do this, because we only have spots for 50 people. So we don't want you to be left out, so make sure you jump in on that one. Okay, guys, I guess we can close it out. We're a little past 9 o'clock at the top of the hour. So we will see you guys next week, same time, same back place. Love you guys. Take care.
Bye.
Oh, we didn't take our picture.
Oh,
we didn't even get a picture. Let's do a picture right quick. Oh my goodness. No, we forgot to do a picture with Kel on. Okay. Let's see. Okay, guys, we're gonna take a picture with whoever's left. Let me see if you can get here. Oh, hold on. Okay, guys, pause. One more. Actually, another one. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So we need to start doing at the beginning. We forget. Okay, love you guys. Good night.
Love you guys. Bye. Good night.